Hello, gentle viewers. This is Guardian welcoming you back to Out of the Park Baseball 26 with the Colorado Rockies. Our last episode actually went quite well. I know our record doesn't look that exciting, but we've really solidified who the great players on this team are and who's going to be a big contributor going forward, which is always excellent to see. We've also done a lot of turnover. If we take a look now at just our lineup, right? Just our lineup. We're going to sort by default here. I have no players over the age of 30. And we had some fairly old players in the past that weren't contributing very much. This actually makes me very, very happy. We've got some really good players here. I'm really excited about what the future holds for these Rockies. Even as this is going to be a very expensive offseason. I can already tell. But I've got money to spend, so we can consider things. Okay. Let's start with coaching. We need to find ourselves a new pitching coach because he'll won't retire. We need a new team trainer as well. I would really like somebody that is easygoing in terms of being a team trainer, but I'm not. I also just want the best trainer we can get our hands on. Like, I value competency in trainers more than I value any other piece to their puzzle. Let's start with rehabbing. Let's start preventing arm injuries, right? Let's protect our pitchers. And I see Mr. AJ Beasy. He is quite a Beasy guy. And I think this... I don't want somebody that's that bad at rehabbing arm injuries. I'd like it to be a little bit more balanced. You're bad at other... And you're not great with legs. I think we're going to try Jose Quintana here. I don't love the fact that we're going to take more leg injuries, but he's so good on the... Like, as the consummate whole, I think he's exactly what I'm interested in. So let's go ahead and grab him. He's also very good at healing the leg injuries once he's allowed them to become injured. So, you know what? Welcome to the team. Now, pitching coach, I would love to promote somebody from within. So let's start by looking at Jason Dixon. Jason Dixon is a reasonably good pitching coach. He's reasonably good. Doesn't get along super great with most of my players, though. So that might be a pass from me. Francisco Andrade also has uninspiring matchups. Baron Stewart is a manager. He's not really a pitching coach. Okay, so we're going to promote from within. The big takeaway is it doesn't matter who we pick because they don't have a good relationship with my players. To that end, I feel Jason Dixon probably deserves at least an opportunity to be my pitching coach for a season. Wait, do you struggle with personable? Did I see that right? You do, then you're not going to be promoted. You don't like controlling, and I have 2 controlling. Baron Stewart is fine. Really? Yeah, the problem is you don't get along well with people that are controlling. And I need somebody who can handle both personable and controlling if we're gonna keep this shindig going. So let's actually talk to outgoing pitching coaches. I do want to make... Actually, what about Novakowski here? Nope. That's not going to happen, mate. And then I'll get a new pitching coach for Rookie League after we get the one for the majors. Coach Rattings. Okay, we like easygoing, right? Easygoing is one of the types of players that we want, and you get along... Oh no, it's personable and controlling. is our current gizmo. We want personable and we want controlling. From maximum. Actually, we want easygoing if we can manage it, but personable and normal would be neutral. And I wouldn't mind getting a younger coach, right? Somebody that's going to stick around for the long haul. Brandon Klein is pretty great, but you struggle with controlling. Do you all fucking struggle with controlling? No, you work well with controlling. You struggle with normal. The problem is that Mr. Kirkman isn't that great, and I want somebody that can help us develop at the major league level. Kel Tebow is just really, really good across the board. What about Victor Zambrano? What is your deal here? Eh... Brian Paul is a really good coach. I don't know that he's a good pitching coach, but I do like him a lot as a coach. And he gets along really, really well with my players. That's a big consideration here, actually. What about Mr. David Hernandez? David Hernandez actually sucks. He's actually terrible. Danny Farquhar being average across the board doesn't fill me with a lot of hope. Patrick Wyrick could be quite good. But you don't like personable. And I'm fairly certain that personable is one of my dominant personalities. It is. Wait, why are you only -1? Why does the scouting director not bother you? I don't know these questions or answers. This is surprisingly difficult to find a great pitching coach that also gets along well with my coaching staff. Do we have temperamental? I don't think we do. Well, maybe we do. No, we don't. So actually, Brian Pelka is not a terrible selection. His relationships aren't as good. I acknowledge this. But other than that, he's easygoing. And he's a really good pitching coach. Like, I think this is a good choice. The only downside of picking Pelka is his age. But I think that's fine. I think this is the right choice, and we're going to add him onto our club. Alright, so that's coaching settled for those positions. Now let's try to grab ourselves a rookie pitching coach that we can be excited about. Somebody like Brandon Klein, I think, would be quite tasty. Only 46, lots of room to grow. Great stuff. Let's talk player development now. Jose Arguello, I would love for you to work on your secondary pitches. Or movement. Let's do movement. Movement would be even better for us. If you could work on that, that would be great. Who else is on the Major League roster that needs some attention here? Dave Crawford. I think secondary... No, we'll do movement for him too. It's just a smart play. If their control's at 45 or higher, or 40 or higher... No, actually I need to do control for Arguello, don't I? Yeah, I think that's the right choice. 45, I'm happy to have them work on other secondary traits, but if it's less than that, then I want them working on control. And let's also get Mr. Ginder here. Let's have you work on your movement. There you go. Done. Let's look at the other prospects. Dan Sponseller just needs to work on baseball. There's literally nothing he can get better at that would make us worse. So let's have you work on that. I guess I could see Mike Nicknames Mullet. What a great nickname. He's a pretty bad catcher, so I guess that's something I could have invested in, but not so much. Andrew Roberts, let's have you work on your control. You could potentially make the opening day roster if the right things happened for you. Brian Casey, let's get some control going on here. I'm spending too much time on pitchers. I need at least one more hitter. Nick Massengill, please work on your plate discipline. There we go, done. Let's talk salaries. All right, Barry Keller is not worth anything. Goodbye. Barry Keller has zero attraction for me. I have plenty of spots on the 40 man. Let's immediately go ahead and add Roberts, Casey, and Calderon. And then we can think about the others a little bit later on in the offseason here. Jonathan Anderson is somebody else I would genuinely like to keep around. I think he offers us a pretty solid infielder. So let's bring him along too. And then probably also Hutnick and Waite. Yeah. Okay. So Barry Keller is a hard no. Danny Roque is a hard yes for me. It's a very modest raise, and while I know he was injured last season, I don't think that means he can't handle the job, right? Like, I think he just had one bad season, so I think keeping him around is smart. Gary Cruz is really interesting for me. He's been a very workman-like pitcher, giving us plenty of innings whenever we need them. And it's not like his contract is very expensive. But I think in a world where I have pitchers that matter more than he does, I think keeping him around, especially when I have other young relievers that are waiting for opportunities. Or do we keep Gary Cruz for one more season? Is that a thing that I do? It's such a minor raise that I think we keep him until I have a reason not to. Nick Aronson wants a raise. I'm going to come back to you. Todd May, you are not worth $2.8 million. You are worth departing from my team immediately. That is what you're worth to me. Willie Garcia, would you like a minor league extension? How about you, David Martinez? All right. Yasukawa is too good to leave. But I can also say the same thing about Carlos Martinez. I think Martinez gets the 1-year deal, and I think Yasukawa is the first one to get a long-term deal. Because he plays a premium defensive position. I feel like he has to be the first one that we lock up. Like, the worst case scenario for Yasukawa is you move him to second. It would still be outstanding there. What does this deal look like if it's for 7 years? This is very, very reasonable. I would like to get a pair of team options in there, please. Yes, this is an excellent choice. We bought all of his arbitration years, and we are getting him in his prime for a bit more of a premium, but I think he is worth it. And now I can comfortably bring Aronson back for another season without worrying excessively. This is good. This is a good start to our offseason and locking up these guys, saying goodbye to Keller and May. Everyone else gets a new contract, and things will be pretty exciting. Let's advance a little bit of time, but I feel really good about that. I feel very, very good about it. Jose Quintana is like, fuck yeah, I want to be a Rocky. Who wouldn't? He is controlling, but doesn't like controlling. I find that concerning. Brian Pelka has signed instantly, so we are all set for Major League coaches. That's not the question of our rookie league coach. Fans are super pumped about keeping Yasukawa. I am too. Like, I low key think that's one of the best signings I've made in a while, especially here with the Rockies. I know he's had some injury problems, but he's still worth, the worst version of him is 3 wins a season. So for now, we're getting him at a bargain, and if he's able to keep up with the 5 wins, we're getting him at a bargain. This is a very, very good deal for us, and I'm very happy about it. Keeping Martinez is going to be a tougher sell. The reason that I didn't instantly give him his mega contract is because I want to see him give me a 3rd season. I find it interesting his financial ambition is low, yet his demand was actually quite high. Have they really made you a better offer? You're just trying to get me more money out of me? I mean, you probably are, and I guess I don't blame you for that. A gold glove for Naofumi Tanaka, amazing. He'll probably get Rookie of the Year too, I suspect. Or close to it. Remember Naganori Ida? I remember him. I guess we're not even going to talk about it. Okay, fine. He's like, no, fuck you. I wanted more money, and then when you offered me more money, I said no. Okay. I'm going to pick Carlos Herrera because he's good with mechanics. Oh, this is a very disappointing deal. Oh well. Silver Slugger for Yasukawa. Very exciting. As everyone predicted, Tanaka won rookie there. Although Jim Sellers finished 3rd, which is pretty exciting. We would look like enormous idiots for accepting someone that has played in the major leagues before. Bro, it's okay to say that it's the only offer you've received today. It's fine to tell the truth. It's Sal Delgado. Man, remember when we had him and then he did nothing for me? Now you think yeah. No. Nope. Not even a little bit. Hey, Bryant Milam hit the free agent list. Because he did play for Tampa over, he is dead to me and I cannot acquire him. I'm sorry, those are the rules. Alright. Friends, I'm gonna step away for a moment, but when I come back, we're gonna do some free agenting. That's gonna be some good stuff, maybe. Probably not, but maybe. Alright, be back in a flash. Alright, friends, so let's ask the first and most important question, which is what are we actually looking for? What does this team need in order to be something special? And I've got a couple ideas. I think we need... I don't know what we need. Our DH was pretty terrible. Like Steve McDowell was not the answer I was looking for, so I think a really high quality hitter would go a very long way right now. Um, Rodarte's had 1,000 at-bats. 1,000 plate appearances. And still hasn't shown me anything to indicate that he is a worthwhile hitter. He is still quite inexpensive, and so I don't want to give up on him entirely, but I think we need to very seriously consider the fact that he's not going to be able to get the job done. So with that knowledge in our brains, who could get the job done among our current staff? And the answer is nobody. Javier Calderon might be a good hitter someday, but right now he's not. He's very much not. We will mess with all this great stuff once spring training is over with, but if we're going to want to add offense, it's going to have to come from outside this club. So knowing that, let's look at the hitters that we have available to us. This is a trap that I'm not going to fall into again. He is 26, which is pretty nice, but I don't think it's a smart decision. We could get Tetsuyo Fujimoto for pretty much nothing, so I will do that. Felipe Quintero. Pardon me. Ah, sorry. Usually I can get to my speaker. I will pay $2.6 million. I don't think that's an unreasonable ask. What about you, Mr. Lugo? I did not want to note about him. I wanted to offer him a contract. I did not want him shortlisted either. But I do want to give him some money if he wants it. Hey, I know a Luke Kelly looks familiar because he was on my team last year. How'd that work out for you? I feel like the universe wants you to sign Alex Garcia, and I'm equally certain it would be a terrible idea. He's basically Ida, but younger. And I'm not ready to pay that much money to him, especially if it costs me Carlos Martinez. So I don't believe it's an intelligent decision. I truly don't think it's going to help us at all to acquire him. Especially if it... he's a switch hitter, though. No, he's not. He's a righty. But he's just about as good either way. I mean... this is an awfully difficult offer to pass up. This is also a comically stupid contract. Giving him 9 years is very stupid. I'll give him 3 years. Plus a team option, plus he can have a player option. That is an offer I'm willing to make him. Let's see if this ends up happening. If it doesn't, then oh well. But it is the right choice. It is an appropriate decision to make. Because it instantly makes us a respectable offense again. And I don't have to rely on Rodarte. I can let Rodarte grow on his own time. Which is obviously something we very much want to happen. Now, it may turn out that he's like, no, I can get more money from somebody else. I am not going to fight about it. That does not interest me in the slightest. But I do think the world in which Rodarte gets traded is a possibility if we end up getting Garcia. I don't want your ancient catchers, guys. I understand the catcher is not something I'm particularly great at, but that's still not going to happen. It's Drew Romo. Man, bro, you just keep plugging away here. If he gets like 3 to 4 decent years, there's every possibility that he could come back and maybe be a Hall of Famer. Baloran, I genuinely don't care. What do we got Hall of Fame with? I think Tovar is still up, right? Yeah. I don't think he's gonna make it, but it would be cool if he did. Be very cool. It would be pretty spicy. Yelich, Wheeler, and Webb I'm all gonna vote for. Juan Soto, definitely I'm gonna vote for. Manny Machado, sure. Jordan Alvarez, Rafael Devers. You want Edwin Diaz? Fine. Fine. Tovar has no chance in hell at making the Hall of Fame, but it's fun to think that he has a chance, right? Ricky Lozano has played in the major leagues, so I must regretfully decline your offer. If I get into a bidding war, I'm going to lose. That's where Mr. Fujimoto comes in. Mr. Fujimoto offers us a very intriguing bat. Very, very intriguing. That while it's not a flawless plan, it is a plan, and it is something that could potentially upgrade our offense. You probably just want what, like an actual major league contract, maybe? What if I offered you $2 million as a signing bonus? What if I did that? I don't want to lose him. Los Angeles is giving you more money. Yeah, this is what I expected would happen. I'm not going to get into a bidding war. I'd rather sign Fujimoto to a major league contract than get into a bidding war. And while yes, he would solve many, many problems, I don't think it's a smart idea. I think paying him $27 million is foolish. Sorry, 30 plus million is foolish. Now, if you get into a bidding war and say the Dodgers shy off or whatever, then fine. We can have that conversation. Jason Dean is okay. He's not great, but he's okay. Bill Andrade is kind of nice. He's kind of a good player. Pedro Morales is not that good. I think I don't want to go up Aronson, though. I think Aronson is a good enough pitcher that I want him to stick around. So stick around he shall. Damn, you guys really want Aronson. Okay, Houghton is pretty good. Houghton is a pretty nice start to this deal. Garza's okay, but not special. Olsen is fine. These are all genuinely interesting, really. These are all generally interesting prospects. But they're not as good as Aronson. And I still have some consideration. This I don't want any part of. I don't want any part of that. I think turning a really good reliever into a few kind of okay players is not very good. I don't think it's a very smart decision. Okay, Barcenas is really, really good. Already, this is something that intrigues me more than the other offers. Mike Howard is fine. Chatterton is okay. Tom Hamilton is decent. Man, this is awfully hard to pass up. I like Aronson, but it's such a good offer. Barcenas is excellent. Like, I'm not saying Barcenas is ready for the major leagues right now because he isn't, but he's very, very close. And when he develops, is going to be pretty special. I think we have to make this deal. I think it would be foolish of me not to make the deal. So we're going to make it. That instantly gives us credibility in the prospect front. And I have enough interesting pitchers in the minor leagues that I'm more than happy to give one of them, or even more than one of them, an opportunity here and to see what they can accomplish in the major leagues. I need to add Barcenas to my 40 man, which I will deal with here in a second. Let me go ahead and waive both Bowman and Sanchez because I do want to add Barcenas because I just added him. And then the rest of these guys, there's a non-zero chance that they just slip through anyway. You know? I do like Lugo though. I might have to keep Lugo. I don't want your terrible old catcher. I also want to know what Fujimoto thinks of the deal that I made for him. You like my offer, okay. This is a really good deal. This is a fantastic deal. Like, Travis Negron is really good. And yes, I'm giving up Jason Ripley, who is a very good utility guy. That's not something that you hold out this hard for. And I think Juan Santiago would be a tremendous addition to this club's catching core. I think this is a trade that we make. Done. This is not a I just won the World Series trade, but this is a I just got a really nice catcher trade. Where did the new guy go? Where did the new guy go? Don't tell me it's traded for this guy and he already sucks. No, he's still here. He's still decent. Yeah, there's no way that I would ever play Peterson over Santiago, who is both a great defender and has some okay skills that I want to give him a shot. So this works for me. Poor Jeff Chiglinski, like there was a non-zero chance he might get some attention this year, but I'm gonna trade him because somebody's gonna fool themselves thinking he can catch when he can't. I can maybe upgrade a prospect. Nah, I didn't get one. That's fine. That's fine. Not that important to me. Blake Long had a really good year in Double A. I feel like I need to add him to the 40 man as well. The rest of these guys, I don't feel as passionately about. Send you both to AAA because I don't care if anybody claims you. I feel like there's a non-zero chance that I lose some people if I don't take aggressive measures. I do like Willie Can too. I just feel like there's not going to be that much demand for any of these guys. Like, I feel like I might lose one or I might lose Cantu and Crudele, and if I do, I do. They're both very talented pitchers, but I'm just running out of 40-man spots. I guess I could just waive Peterson, since he's not going to make the club anyway. But I see very little upside to waiving anyone else. Maybe Rivera. Maybe we just punt on Rivera. Does anybody want Rivera? Is there a market for you? Probably not. Nobody's going to take Bobby Rivera. I'm going to go ahead and waive you and Peterson so then I can keep those other two guys. I know Felipe Quintero's a guy that I just acquired, but I acquired him in a minor league free agent signing, so I'm not as fussed about him. You have claimed Chris Peterson, have you? Okay, fine. Alright. This is not a question of minor league deal. I think this is a question of you want a major league deal. And if that's the case, what if I offered you a $1 million major league deal? Because I think that's what I'm fighting right now. I'm fighting people that want to offer you a minor league signing bonus, but I want to give you a major league contract. Like, you will make my team if you sign with me. I'm going to promise you that right now. Guaranteed major league deal. Rule 5 draft time. If we could sign after the Rule 5 draft, I would be pretty happy. Alex Garcia signed with the Padres, and he's making $30 million a year. That wasn't that much more, but I still think I made the right decision. If there was an almost Rockies category, I would add him on there. I also have room for a Rule 5 pick now, which is pretty nice. Miguel Rodriguez is not terrible, but he has played in the major leagues. How dare he? How dare he pursue his lifelong dream of playing in the major leagues? That's rude. Look at all players. Let's just see here, right? It's Dylan Patrick Baxter, who I almost took last year. Did I actually literally take him and then return him? I did. Turns out he wasn't all that good. Jeremy Turner is the kind of guy that I'm willing to give a shot to. I think he's got a very realistic opportunity to pitch for me. So I think I will select him in the Rule 5 draft. And then I'm just going to go ahead and end the draft. Because I only had one Rule 5 spot open anyway. And nobody took any of my people, which is very, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. I feel like I have to make a decision on... Oh, Milam is playing for Baltimore now? That's cool. I hope he enjoys his time there. What he got? He's getting about $14 million a year. That's quite a lot of money. Poor old is Chapman. Where's Tovar? 17.4%. He's not going to make it. Bummer. Every time I'm on like the OOTP forum on Reddit, people are like, look at this guy that hit 90 home runs in a year. I've never seen a guy like that played for me. Maybe I'm cursed. No, I don't think so, guys. I'm not going to give up really good relief pitchers for an uninteresting catcher. And we get Fujimoto, which is very, very good for me. Now we can offer Mr. Fujimoto a premier spot. Do we trade Rodarte? Is the question that I have to ask myself. He wouldn't be a terrible second baseman, but his defense is not his problem. His problem is that he's not hitting. He's basically a league average hitter. And we wanted a lot more out of that. Like, he has been hyped to the moon for several years now. Fujimoto's got to make room somehow. Somehow Fujimoto returned. I will send Steve McDowell to the minors, but I'm not going to waive him because I want to keep him if we can. Maybe Daniel Olson can go. How did he pitch last season? Was he any good? No, he was actually pretty bad. Yeah, he's had 3 seasons to show me something, and he's just been, like, adequate. Then again, Bob Long is very concerning to me. I feel like there's not... Maybe it's Gary Cruz. Maybe we let Gary Cruz disappear. Fujimoto makes us better right now, and there's no question about that. Fujimoto gives me a very talented bench bat at a bare minimum, and someone that I think could handle the corner if the right circumstances happened. And that was not something we had a ton of value with last season. I'm going to try to get Daniel Olson through waivers. If I don't get him, I don't get him. That's something I'll have to live with somehow, but I think it's probably okay. The Tigers took Daniel Olson. You know what, my friend? I wish you the best. I think now's a good time to turn over some of the bullpen. I do have some pretty young pitchers that want opportunities here. I have plenty of money to sign anything I like in the amateurs, so we will. Armando Alvarez is pretty good. Very good all-around bat. Hardworking. Good speed. Okay defense in the corners. His name is Harry the Horse. I mean, is there any world in which I don't take him? Alfredo Del Cid is a hard no from me. Mario Gonzalez is pretty good. He's actually really, really good, but I just like Alvarez. We'll just take Alvarez. I haven't... Oh, right. This baloney again. How is my complex constantly full? This vexes me. Give me my... Oh, no, it's under Organization International. That's correct. Alright, if you're 18 years old, you're getting promoted. That's a lot of people. Jesus Christ, okay. Well, here's my minor league set for the next 30 years. And then we'll grab these 3 as well. We can add both Jose Sotos. We can corner the market on Jose Sotos. Armando, join the club. No, 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 no. You're getting the max, the cap, because I don't trust that somebody else won't swoop you from me. Welcome aboard. Daniel Olson has departed. Press F to pay respects to Daniel Olson. I got a Steam Deck as an early Christmas present, which I'm pretty excited about. I could play OOTP on it. I Probably won't, but I might. Which I'm actually really excited about. I'm about to go on a work trip, as I talked about in last week's video, so it'll give me something to do when I'm in the hotel. Speaking of that work trip, just as a reminder, I will be recording the next video in this shortly after this one is finished, so I won't see any of your comments between videos. So, I still greatly value your comments, and you can make me look extra stupid when you point out something really obvious that I've been missing this whole time. You'll be like, Avgardian, you absolute buffoon. What is wrong with you? And I'll be like, I'm just stupid. I have no brain cells anymore. I traded them all in for cookies. For delicious cookies. All right. A lot of positions are up for grabs this spring training, for sure. There's definitely going to be some opportunities here for Eric Riddick is more muscular. Okay. Eric Riddick has been an incredible pitcher every single season in the major leagues. He was not worth the money he wanted, but he is really good. So I'm happy to see these continuing to do well. Borch, Rivera, Haba, Conover. Sure, we can let some extra people get some reps here. Colin Ritchie, Sincere Edwards, as opposed to Insincere Edwards, who's just an asshole. Jason O'Brien, sure. I think Alex Diaz, after his second year in A-ball, has at least earned a shot in spring training, right? He's not going to make the club. I would be stunned if he does, but... Oh, you're absolutely not benching Arguello. Don't be fucking stupid. This is his year to get lots of pitching time. Oh, Danny Roquet is actually healthy. That's very good news. Yeah. You want to do anything else you want to with the rest of this, go nuts. But Jose Arguello is making this team. Unless somebody forces him off of it. That's how it's going to be. My coach, do as you like here. This is all very reasonable. I don't mind Carr DHing. I think Carr is a pretty good hitter, so letting him DH is fine. I want Rodarte to play, but I'm not willing to, like, shuffle everything up just for that purpose. And I'd rather Carr play than... Yeah. Let's simulate to the end of the month. So nice improvements there. Jose Arguello actually got worse, which is troubling. If Justin Turner is as good as we think he could be, that's very, very helpful. That's incredibly helpful. Because it means that we can let Arguello pitch another season in AAA. And I'm very into that. I'm very, very into that. If we can let him continue to develop in the minor leagues, I think we'll have a better pitcher when he comes out of the minor leagues. That being said, I think he's very, very good. Brian Casey, you didn't have a very high chance of making the roster anyway, but now you're definitely not, so enjoy the IL, nerd. That is a bummer. I think Travis Cooper was one of the biggest breakout stars last year for the Rockies. And while I certainly don't have any illusions that he's going to hit this well every season, this is very, very rough. It makes me sad that he's going to miss the first 6 weeks of the season. It does do that. Let's sum up to March 20th. Let's see what else might happen here. Five months for Salvador Barcenas, who was a pretty low likelihood to make the roster anyway. But now he's definitely not making it. Actually, it's not true. He actually had a decent chance to actually get some meaningful pitching time this season, but as soon as he's healthy, he's going to go to the minors anyway, so... Yeah, look, Bobby Rivera's hurt again. I don't know why I bother keeping him. He's just going to continue to get hurt. It's what he's the best at. I'm just going to release Bobby Rivera. I think there's just nothing that he can offer us at this stage. I mean, I guess it is 820 grand. It's not zero cost, right? It's not no cost. All right. 24 players. We want to get rid of 11 pitchers. Let's get rid of the easy ones first and then go from there. Kai, Cantu, Rudelli. Diaz can go to AA. I think he can handle AA pretty well. Rivera. Hey, shithead. I will just wave you. Roberts to the minors. Wadlington to the minors. What the fuck happened to John Bacon? How have you all of a sudden look like substantially worse? Like you're just randomly worse. That's not great. Okay. I have 4 more pitchers to say goodbye to. I don't trust Bob Long. I think he has pitched well enough last season that I have to at least give him a... No, I don't have to give him a chance. I can just send him to the minors. Make him wait. Because the opening rotation is definitely Levy, Roque, Santa Cruz, and Turner. And I think adding an Arguello gives us a really nice upside. So I want to keep this band together. I think Harbor, Hutnick, and Long all depart. Specifically because all of them struggle to throw strikes. They get through to 13 pitches, so I guess this is their opening day pitching staff. Alright. Knowing that I have John Kaiser, who actually wasn't that bad, I could let Mr. Kaiser start instead of Arguello if I was really that concerned. But I kind of want to let Arguello start, and I want to see what he can do. And have Mr. Kaiser here as the ultimate starter that's ready to go. So we're going to do 5-man rotation. This is all set. Relievers look pretty good. I don't feel any real need to mess with this. Dorian Waite making it as a rookie is pretty exciting. But I think he can do the job he's being asked to do 100%. He's very, very good against lefties. So this is a pretty good deal here. I don't value pure long relief. I can let him have long relief as a secondary goal, but I don't value it at all as a, you're a long reliever. You should be a good pitcher that we sometimes let pitch in long relief. And I think this is fine. This is all completely acceptable. Cool. Position players. I need to get rid of 8 of them. I'm not carrying 3 catchers. Is there any reason to carry Justin Conover? No. I'm not carrying Steve McDowell. Steve McDowell can continue to hit in the minor leagues and have a great career there, but Push I don't need. Anderson I don't need. Can any of you play center field very well? Javier Calderon can. Let's do a quick side-by-side of Carino and Calderon because one of them is going to make the club. Because I don't have Travis Cooper for the first 3 weeks of the season. Right now, they're basically the same hitter. Carino is much faster. Defensively, it's no contest. Calderon is substantially better. Yeah, it's going to be Calderon. Let me turn you into center fielder real quick. That'll help me make sure that I track him correctly. 3 more position players gotta go. Jason O'Brien is definitely one of them. I think Mr. Fujimoto here is going to make the roster. I'm not going to be the one to send him to the minors yet. The problem is Rodarte, isn't it? Rodarte can basically only play first base and second. I guess he could play third a little bit. I guess it's not unreasonable for him to be our backup infielder. Sincere Edwards has got to go, and then it's a question of what we do here. And then Richie. Yeah. Alright. I will take control of the lineup, please, and thank you. Not saying that I don't trust this game, but I want to set my people up in the position that I want them in. There's no way Yasukawa is not my leadoff hitter. That's just how it happens here. Each and every day, Yasukawa is going to lead off for this club. Easy pick. Who at second is an interesting question. It's probably Carlos Martinez. Unless it's Matt. No, it's not Matt Mittman. I wanted to hit a little bit lower where his power will be more useful, so we're going to bat Martinez second. Mittman hits third. Based on raw power, Fujimoto absolutely plays every day and hits fourth. I kind of prefer Jim Sellers, though. Or Tanaka. But I think Sellers is capable of holding down the cleanup spot, but maybe I want him to hit fifth. Let's have Sellers hit fifth for right now. And let's let Tanaka hit sixth. I know he's the reigning rookie of the year, and he just won a Gold Glove at second base. I'm not saying he's not a great hitter, but I'm saying that I don't necessarily trust him to produce at a very high level offensively. Until he's proven to me that he can. So, not Fujimoto. Where do you go? Tanaka. Fujimoto is an excellent outfielder, and so I think letting him play right field and clean up is fine. So who DHs? Jeff Carr was very good last season. Very, very good. And I think he's at least earned consideration to be the DH, right? Like, I think he's a very reasonable choice to hit in a designated fashion. This seems Rodarte doesn't get any at-bats, but honestly, I think Carr has more upside for me at this moment. At least based on his performance last year. He's actually a very, very good hitter last year, so I want to reward him by giving him more opportunities. We got to play center field, which is going to be Calderon. He's going to bat ninth. That was never an issue. And then, what position am I missing? I'm missing my... Huh? Catcher. It's going to be Danny Gonzalez. Win, lose, or draw, Danny Gonzalez is my starting catcher, and Juan Santiago is our backup. Let's build the depth chart, please. I don't want Santiago playing every 3 games. I think that's too much. I think once a week is fine. Especially for a young catcher, I want him to get lots and lots and lots of reps. So, this is the opening day roster. How do I feel about it? I don't feel bad about it. I think what happened last season could very much happen this season, too. I think that's very possible. Because we're relying on a lot of people that are fairly untrained to have a fantastic season. Oh, Pat Demers did some weightlifting. That's pretty cool. I mean, he does have a lot of value to me as a utility guy, so you can, like, hit more baseballs. I'm all about that. Did I rank in the top 10 minor league systems? I ranked 6th. Nice. It's just really difficult, is my problem. It's really difficult for me to sit there and tell you this lineup is better than last year's. It could be. It is very possible that it could be. I think it's a very good team, but I don't know that it's a top-tier team. Now, the good news is we have guys like Yasukawa and Martinez that have proven to be proven contributors. I think Matt Mittman has growing to do, but I think if he does grow the right amount, I think he's going to be a great addition to this team. I think we could see these guys as the top 3 for the next 4 to 5 seasons easily, maybe even longer. Fujimoto, complete wild card. Complete wild card. He's not totally helpless, though. Because he's very fast and plays good defense, even if his hitting isn't where we'd like it to be to start his career, he can still be very valuable to us. He can still be a 2 to 3 win player based off hitting, 25 to 30 home runs and playing great defense and stealing lots of bases. Very, very possible. Jim Sellers is going to have a bigger role. We're going to let Mr. Sellers see if he can lock down third base. Tanaka gets to return and have another great season. Jeff Carr is a sneaky important part of this team. If he can build on his success from last season, then I think we've got ourselves a quality DH. Danny Gonzalez is another guy that has to take a good step forward. It doesn't have to be a gigantic one. I need him to hit, say, around 240 to 250 with an OBP of somewhere in the 340 to 350 range. If he does that and plays great defense, I think we'll be fine. But that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm expecting out of you this season, Mr. Gonzalez. Calderon, no fucking clue. I have no idea whatsoever how he's going to do in the major leagues. He's not ready for the majors. But he is a competent center fielder. And until Travis Cooper can come back healthy, that's good enough for me. Pitching-wise, a big question here is Danny Roque the same guy he was when he got hurt? If he is, then I think we're going to have a very, very effective rotation. I mean, Will Levy is still very good. He had a bit of a dip last season. He is getting close to 30. And so we're gonna want to monitor this closely. We have a lot of money invested in him. If he's a 4 or 5 win pitcher, then that's great. If he's what he was last season, that's less great. Ruben Santa Cruz is pretty great too. He's another outstanding starting pitcher that we've got. I don't think I've ever trusted a Rule 5 pick this quickly, but there's a few things that really speak to me about him. First and foremost, He's left-handed. I don't have any lefties in this rotation besides him. Second, great velocity. Third, really nice movement potential. He's not a finished product by any stretch of the imagination. But I'm seeing enough here in his minor league numbers to tell me that I think he deserves his opportunity. If it doesn't work out, I've got lots of hungry young starting pitchers that are ready for a job. Bullpen, it's mostly last year's bullpen, to be honest with you. Dorian Wade is the new guy, and he's really here to be a lefty killer, which I'm all about. Pat Ginder barely pitched, but now he's in it to win it. He's going to be an everyday reliever for us. Excited about that. The decline of John Beguin means we don't keep his contract next season. He has been an outstanding pitcher for a very long time. I am not saying in any way, shape, or form that I'm not very proud of what he's achieved. But something changed in him. He went from being, at the end of last season, he was a 52, now he's a 48. And I still don't see why he's dropped as much as he has. His control is slightly worse, his stuff is slightly worse, but he's still substantially the same pitcher. This gives me concern. It gives me concern. His walk rate is higher than you'd like to see out of a premium reliever. That's true. I guess I didn't really notice it before, but that is actually a fair critique of him. I probably undervalue control. This is you going, what? I probably genuinely undervalue control in relievers. And I think that's one reason why we don't get the consistency from year to year. But also, I don't think it's that big a deal. I think we've got very young, very high-quality relievers looking for a chance to prove themselves. I think we've got some established veterans. And I think this is a very good pitching staff. It's maybe not elite, but it's very, very good. And then there's that Arguello factor. You could burst onto the scene and completely transform this rotation. You can literally do it all. You've got fantastic velocity with even a little bit more hiding in that right arm of yours. Great stuff, movement and control. 3 very good pitches. A cutter, which is excellent against lefties. I find it funny you don't have a breaking ball, but I don't think that actually matters in this game. I had somebody tell me that it doesn't matter, and I have no reason to doubt them. He has excelled in the minor leagues. 41 ERA in the Pacific Coast League, which is very, very hitter-friendly, is incredible. It's genuinely awesome. So I think this is what we're going to roll with. I now need to quickly set up our minor league system. We have 64 pitchers in that league. Alright, somebody's got to get promoted up to AA. It might as well, or AAA, it might as well be Sarmiento. I think is fine. I think that's a good choice. 2 AA guys. Ken McMartin absolutely gets promoted. And I think Frank McDaniel can also be promoted without too much hassle. Mark Monroe, Antonio Saenz. I need to eventually settle this out. I'm going to promote Pleiter and Lucero. I'm just going to grab guys and shift them over to the... Oh, I can't have you over there? Okay. Really? Oh, I think they're all too old. I think you have to be like... Yeah, let's transfer over both Jose Sotos. Yeah, I think there's an age requirement. Pete Wellborn almost certainly needs to go up to A-ball. He's already 20 years old. Keeping him in the rookie league doesn't help us, so we're going to promote him all the way to high A. That's fine. That's a correct take. Alex Garcia can be promoted, although he is injured. Oh, sorry, wrong league. Oh, literally, once I promote him off of it, I can't put him there anymore? Fine. Anybody else in the 30s? No, they're all guys in the 30s, but they all suck. Luis Mille had a pretty great rookie season. Let's promote him to a high A, I guess. Let's do this, guys. We could promote one more player, I think. David Sorensen has had 2 outstanding seasons in Rookie Bowl, especially last year. Let's promote him up to A Bowl. High A, that is. Nice. Alright, guys. Does anybody want Bobby Rivera? Probably not. I think I'm just going to release him. I think 820 grand doesn't matter, but the fact that the fucker can't stay healthy for more than 3 seconds at a time matters very much. Complete transaction log, and let me make you a former Rocky. I'm very curious to see if anybody even acquires you. I don't think that they will. All right, friends. I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. We're becoming a very Japanese team now that I think about it. That's 3 starting position players that are all Japanese. Not even remotely intentional, but kind of fun all the same. Until next time, my friends, this has been Guardian. Thank you very much for watching, and I bid you good day.